Once upon a time there was a king who had 3 sons. The 2 sons were clever. The third son did not speak much, so he was called Simpleton. When the king had become old, he did not know which son should become the king. Then he got a bright idea and said, "Who brings me the most beautiful carpet will be king after me." He blew 3 feathers in the air and said, "You should go as they fly." One feather flew to the east, the second to the west, but the third flew straight up and did not fly far. So one brother went to the right and the other to the left. Simpleton was sad because his feather did not fly far. Then, all at once, he saw a trap door close to the feather. He found some steps and went down the door. Then he came to another door and knocked at it. The door opened, and he saw a fat toad sitting. She asked what he wanted, and he answered, "I should get the prettiest and the finest carpet in the world." Then she called the young toad. "Bring me the great box." The young toad brought the box. The fat toad opened it and gave Simpleton a carpet out of it. The carpet was so beautiful, so Simpleton thanked her and brought it to the kingdom. Meanwhile, his brothers just got some cursed handicrafts from its shepherds' wives, whom they had met. When the king saw Simpleton's carpet, he was very astonished and said, "Well, the kingdom belongs to the simpleton." But his 2 brothers agreed that it was impossible that Simpleton should be the king. They asked the king to make a new agreement. Then the father said, "Who brings me the most beautiful ring will inherit in the kingdom." He blew 3 feathers, which they were to follow. Those of the 2 eldest again went east and west, and Simpleton's feather flew straight up, and fell down near the trapdoor. Again the fat toad gave him a ring sparkled with jewels. Meanwhile his 2 brothers just got all carriage ring. However, they did not care for tormenting the king until he made a third condition. So the king declared, "Who brings me the most beautiful woman home will be the king." He again blew the 3 feathers in the air. Then Simpleton went down to the fat toad and said, "I'm to take home the most beautiful woman." Then she gave him a yellow turnip which had been hollowed up. Mournfully Simpleton said, "What am I to do with it?" The toad answered, "Just just put one of my little toes into it." Then Simpleton seized the little toad and put her in the yellow coach. Surprisingly, the little toad turned into a beautiful maiden, so Simpleton took her to the king. On the other hand, his brother brought a peasant woman to the kingdom. When the king saw the woman, he said, "After my death, the kingdom belongs to my youngest son." But the 2 eldest brothers kept arguing that whose wife could live through a ring which hung in the center of the hall would be the king. The king agreed. Then the 2 peasant women jumped through the ring, but they fell, which made their arms and legs broke. On the other hand, the pretty maiden sprang through the ring as lightly as a deer, which made the 2 peasants chase. So Simpleton received the crown and ruled wisely the kingdom. The end.